Hello and welcome to Jason's Sports Show. I'm coming back from a long hiatus. I'm not really doing much. I had some emotional problems. Not really emotional problems, but some stuff I wanted to deal with first. Some stuff outside of sports, but we're back now. We're back and we're ready to play. Let's start off today with a few updates. Of course, you probably have all heard all the baseball trades. New one coming in today. What is the deal for Josh Hamilton? He would be playing for the Angels in the 2013 season through probably 2019, 2018. The Chep chart looks well. Trout, Hamilton, and Trumbo in the outfield. That should be good. If they could get a third baseman who's legit, I think this team is a legitimate World Series contender, an all-star lineup, if you will. The deal, he's going from the Texas Rangers to the Los Angeles Angels, a 5-year deal worth $125. It's a little bit, it's in retrospect, compared to the deal they made for Pujols, which was like $210. It's not as much, maybe. Actually, it isn't much. If Hamilton hypothetically was a guy who would stay for 10 years, he'd be making $250, and the deal with Pujols was $240. So that's just something to think about. On my side of the sound of Los Angeles, we have Mr. Zach Greinke. Zach Greinke is one of the latest high-paid players to sign with the Dodgers. Greinke he's been doing well enough. Zach, he has admitted to having a social anxiety disorder and a depression, but he was a Kansas City guy. He was very good for both the Kansas City Royals in the last few years when he was with them. He was really good with the Brewers, good enough to help them lead them to a playoff spot, and he was decent enough for the Angels. Unfortunately, they couldn't make the playoffs, but I think he is a good pitcher. Greinke brings a lot to California, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people here in California are very, very happy to hear about him coming here now. There's not much to say for right now. There's been a lot of guys. Carl Crawford, Matt Kemp, and Andre Ethier are going to be the guys in the outfield compared to the Angels outfield. But for right now, the pitching-wise, I think the Dodgers have the better edge for right now. A lot of other trades, a lot of other deals going on. Of course, there was the trade for Chu, for Hung Sung Chu. That's his name. My bad. I think that was a good trade as well. When Kevin Youkilis became a Yankee, that's also a very good deal because they need a third baseman, and if A-Rod's not going to be ready by that time by April, then it's not going to be good. Shin Soo Choo is going to be a new player for the Reds, and I think Drew Stubbs is going from Cincinnati to Cleveland, so they basically just switched outfielders, which was a good deal in my opinion. Both of them wanted to move on. Drew Stubbs is coming off an okay year. In those last two games of the series, he went 2 for 11 and struck out twice, but scored 2 runs. So that's something to think about. This is, in my opinion, this has been one of the best off seasons in Major League Baseball history. I mean, a lot of big moves, and we know there's a lot of paychecks and payrolls that have increased this off season. But I mean, if the teams can afford it, then give the players a home. I mean, there's a lot of people who say that Greinke doesn't belong on a team that's going to pay him multi-million-dollar contracts for a couple of years, but he does belong. Los Angeles needs pitching, therefore, give it to them. Moving on, I mean, there's enough about a hot stove right now. I mean, as the season approaches, of course, we'll be talking about more and more about baseball. But moving on to football right now, I do believe that one team in particular has the confidence and is in a position to make the playoffs. We'll get back to that after this commercial break. Welcome back to Jason's Sports Show. The team I'm talking about, the team that's in position right now to take over their division and to completely shake up the NFL, would be the Redskins. So let's think about this. After a big loss to Carolina, Washington sat at 3-6. They had a bye week. During that bye week, a lot of beat writers for Washington and a lot of coaching staff were saying that this season's over with. There's nowhere to go from here. Let's just try to finish up the season, our last 7 games, and let's leave. Let's just end the season. There was other plans. They play Philly at Washington. They win easily, of course. Then Thanksgiving Day, they beat Dallas in Dallas to get that win off. Then on Monday Night Football, RG3's debut, they beat New York 17-16 in a game no one saw coming. A victory for Washington at Baltimore. Now they hit the road for 2 games, one against Cleveland and one against Philadelphia. I mean, Cleveland is a playoff team legally. They legally are a playoff team, but they need they need to win every single game from now on, and they need the Steelers to lose every single game. I don't have the Browns winning against the Redskins, but here's a bright spot right now for the season. Ever starting out 0-5, the Browns are 5-3. I don't see a problem with that. I see that, and they had some okay victories. They beat the Steelers, and they beat San Diego, which I guess is kind of an accomplishment if you think about it. They beat Cincinnati, who put up a great fight against Dallas. The next few games they would have to win they would have to be playing some of the best football, I think, in the NFL right now if they were to win, if they will to make the playoffs now. They have to beat Washington, who probably will have RG3 playing. Then you have Denver. I don't really know about Denver. Denver probably demolish. They will probably demolish the Browns' defense right now. Then they have to face Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh, so that's already tough enough. But yes. Anyway, moving on. Washington. It's a great team right now. RG3 will probably win Offensive Rookie of the Year for the NFC. Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's pretty good. That sounds about right. That's no reason to be ashamed of it. You should check out ESPN. They have this little thing called the playoff machine. You just pick your games. That's what I'm doing right now. You just pick your games, and it'll tell you who will finish on top and how the season will end. I got a lot of people have been asking me, well, who makes the playoffs? I think Seattle makes the playoffs too. That's what I think. I think Seattle has a chance to make the playoffs. Seattle has Russell Wilson. He's a great player. He's a really good player. He's really talented. And he's really good. No one ever say anything about him being a playoffs at first, but he's a talented player. And he knows what he's doing. A lot of other teams that people say might not make the playoffs, the Bengals. Bengals have been fighting. They've been fighting their butts off, and they didn't get off to the best start of the year. And then in the first 8 games, they were 3-5, but since then they've won 4 or 5. And well, where are they now? 7-6. How's that for a turnaround? Fortunately, I don't believe that's going to happen. I think Big Ben comes back, wins a couple of games, and that's just the end of them. But who's the other wild card team? So there's Indianapolis, there's Pittsburgh, and then there's Dallas. How does Dallas get into the picture? That's what I don't understand. How did that even happen? It's a good question. I'm doing the playoff machine right now. When I'll come back from a break, and I'll tell you my playoff rankings. Hello, welcome again to Jason's Sports Show. I'm finishing up the playoff rankings right now. It's looking good right now. A lot of people have also been saying that Tennessee has the ability to make the playoffs. No, they don't have the ability to make the playoffs. Maybe next year. But I think that AFC South is becoming a developing division where anyone can basically compete in it, and it'll just be fine. That's what I think. I'm about to finish it up right now. Okay, sorry about making you guys wait. Playoff rankings for AFC. First seed. I'm gonna go first seed to 6th seed. Houston, Baltimore, New England, Denver, Indianapolis, and Pittsburgh. Not bad. NFC, Atlanta, Green Bay, San Francisco, Washington, Seattle, Chicago. And let's think about it. Let's just play out the playoffs in our mind right now. Round 1. New England beats Indianapolis. Why? New England beats Pittsburgh. Why? It's that New England. They'll win those games. New England is looking strong this year. A lot of people are saying this is the best New England team they've seen in years. Is it a Super Bowl team? Well, you get to kind of look at it that way. Making you think about it. Hello. So they're gonna be good. There's nothing to worry about. Indianapolis at Denver. Ooh, that's interesting. It's really interesting because who wins this game? Denver has been won in the first round last year. Indianapolis has Andrew Luck. Who wins this game? Denver. And Denver will go on to play Houston. Wanna know why? Because Denver has been strong of late. I have them finishing 12-4 this year. Better than last year, at least. They lost their first. They started the season off 2-3 week 5, and they haven't lost. And 2-3 since week 5, and they haven't lost a game yet. When do they lose? You say? They lose against Baltimore. You say to yourself, how does Baltimore finish ahead of New England? Because they do. Baltimore will win their next 3 games. Guaranteed. So, NFC. Chicago, San Francisco. Why is this even a game? Chicago right now is 8-5. They can win their next few games. Who do they face in the next few games? They face Green Bay. They'll lose that one. They'll lose that one at Soldier Field. They face the Cardinals. Easy win. Who do they face next? They face the Lions at Ford Field. I don't think the Lions will win this game. If you want my honest opinion, the Lions aren't going to win that game. It's not possible. I mean, I like the Lions. I have two fantasy players in those teams, but the Lions this season have been very inconsistent compared to last season, and I don't see them winning more than 2 games. I don't see them finishing 7-9. If that's what the answer you want to hear, that's not happening for them right now. So, San Francisco will beat Chicago, though. It'll be something. I'll give you the scores. I forgot to do this. New England versus Pittsburgh probably 19-10. Denver, Indianapolis, a barn burner shootout. 49-35. Chicago versus San Francisco. 38-17. That's my prediction. I don't care what they have to say. We're playing in California. We know it here. Seattle versus Washington. Battle of the rookie QBs. Wow. So proud. So proud to see these 2 young men being able to make the playoffs. But they did it. The 4th and 5th seed. Washington will beat Seattle. 21-20, field goal, crowd goes crazy. They go on to play Green Bay. Now next round, Houston versus Denver. Do I have to play this back for you? Denver had lost to Houston 31-25 in week 3. Boring game. Kind of judged their season. Do they win again? I'd like to think so. Houston wins that one 27-23. Close one. Baltimore, New England. Oh man. Does it bring back memories? I bet it does. And if they're playing in New England, oh, it's gonna sure bring back memories. That game, Torrey Smith had lost his brother. He lost his brother and played less than 24 hours after the accident. They won. Does Torrey Smith bring out the same energy he brought out before? Oh, heck yeah. And they don't just win by 1 point, they win by at least 5. So 31-26. Atlanta. Well, Atlanta. Here we are. Atlanta, Washington. Play this game, really? Is this game gonna really exist? They played them. They lost by 7 points. RG3 was disappointed, but that's how the cookie crumbles. Do they get revenge at Atlanta? Well, save your Cinderella stories for bedtime. At Washington is the first victim of Atlanta breaking their streak in the playoffs. Atlanta wins 31-9. Green Bay, San Francisco. The game that would have been, but could have not been. This could have been the NFC Championship, I think, a year ago. Now they're playing for real. At Lambeau. Powerful matchup. It's a powerful matchup. Those 4 losses won't help anybody. The fact that they tied even hurts them even more. They lose. San Francisco doesn't know how to play in the cold. and they lose 31-30. Now, Houston versus Baltimore. Oh, this one's good. It's an easy road. Houston destroyed Baltimore last time. A little bit closer. But in Houston, you're losing. 35-33. Houston goes to their first Super Bowl ever. Green Bay versus Atlanta. This one's a good one. Just trying to find a place, trying to make it to the Super Bowl. Atlanta, just with Matt Ryan, with all those guys, just trying to make another Super Bowl. They lose to Green Bay. A heartbreaker, 41-38. This is the kind of game where Green Bay was down like 31-21 at halftime, and after the third quarter it was 41. At halftime it was 31. More like this, more like 31-21. After the third quarter, it's 38-24. Couple passes here, couple passes there, and you're in Heartbreak City, breaking their hearts. Score 17 points in the fourth quarter. Game over. Green Bay, Houston, Super Bowl. I'm going to show you right now I'm not biased. Green Bay destroyed Houston. Wrecked them. Guess what's going to happen in the Super Bowl? Green Bay wins. 37-30. That's my predictions. That is my prediction on how this season will play out for the rest of the season. If you don't like it, hey man, you have your own opinion. That's your choice. You live the way you want to live. But that's my opinion. So moving on. Basketball, huh? Man, I miss hockey a lot. But I mean the Clippers have been good to me. 8-game winning streak. Yeah, it's pretty good for me. Games tonight. Charlotte at Atlanta. Charlotte has not stopped losing. Atlanta, on the other hand, has been playing great ball. Probably beat Charlotte pretty easily. San Antonio at Portland. Portland has struggled. But Spurs are coming off a hard loss last night after losing to the Utah Jazz. How that play. And tonight, the primetime game. Lakers. Knicks. Knicks are 8-0 at home. Who's taking? Who you taking? That's what I'm asking. Their lineup has 2 stars in it. Legitimately. Watch it 3 stars if you count Metta World Peace. But besides Metta World Peace, it's Bryant and Howard. Jordan Hill's a power forward. Yeah, whatever you say, man. Hey, man. You just keep on telling yourself that and we'll believe you, okay? No. He's not a legit... gosh. Jordan Hill does not belong on the court at all. Just watch what happens when J.R. Smith and Amara Stoudemire get back from injuries. When they start playing again, it's going to be disastrous for the rest of the league. If they can combine themselves to keep on winning games, it's over. It's over for the rest of the league. Even for the Heat. Even for the Celtics. Even for any team you want to put up there saying that, oh, maybe they'll win, maybe they won't. Nah, it's done. It's over for them. But that's a big game tonight. I think the Knicks blow out the Lakers, and then it's just tonight. just another quiet night in LA. I've been, I've been, yeah, I've been living in LA for what, 7? No, sorry, like, yeah, 7 years. Lakers pride is strong here. If you're not a Laker fan, you might be ridiculed. I mean, I love the Clippers. First team I ever saw play basketball. First time ever in Staples Center. Lakers just have been the biggest disappointment in LA since like forever. And it feels like it. Do they have the kind of defense to improve? No. They've lost 3 games, and they've only won 3 of their last 10. New York is hungry. New York is hungry. They're gonna tear down. They're gonna destroy the Lakers, whether we put up a resistance or not. That's all I can really say. But that's all the time we have today. Thank you for listening, and have a good night.